Okay, so we are probably going to go to this Cybernetics Lab, or this one. I'm not sure which one is better to do. Either way, I think we're going to manage 3 missions before the final mission. This way we go here, then to the nanofab, and then anywhere else on the map. This one we go here, then to the financial suite, and then anywhere else on the map. I think I'd rather do the nanofab, because we have plenty of money, and also going to the FTM Cyber Lab will give us a chance to get the valuable tech. Before we go in, we can upgrade Strength. It's not worth it to upgrade Anarchy, that costs us 800 and doesn't actually get us that much more value, so I'm not going to do that. We don't need to upgrade Hacking yet because we're not short on power at all, but we might be upgrading that later. We'll probably come out of the Cyber Lab with plenty of money anyway. Okay, let's go.
The corporations make...
So we might be looking just to install 2 augment slots here, depending on if there's anything good. We have no spare augment slots, but it'll be...
It was not a challenge. It was set up by a human.
It will be more useful, I think, to install 2 slots than to install 1 slot and then take the other augment for free. Okay, already I can hear the sound from the scanning amp, which is good because it means that's nearby, and we probably won't have to suffer the scanning amp once the alarm level reaches. It might even just be in this room. Right, here it is, right there. We'll use the buster chip to take this down. It's not safe for us to end any further into this room, so I think we just stand right next to here and end our turn peeking. We'll get some information about if there are patrols here. I guess we can just about peek and get into safety. So this spot should be okay, I think. It's unlikely that there's a guard who walks here and then through. If necessary, we go on to melee. Okay, this room is completely safe. That is good to know. So it's very fortunate that we got that scanning amp, because with only 1 agent to explore the map, it might have been maybe level 3 before we found it. This looks like a dead end. We've got a safe, so now is a good time to take that out. It's good that we explored this way first, at least. So that we didn't end up having to come back to explore this side after going this way, so we know that we don't need to return at any time through this door again. We know that we're going through this door this turn, so there's no reason to peek before opening it. This is probably a dead end, so let's just check that out. I'm going to peek from here. That gives me the vision on that corner. There could have been a door through there, and I just wanted to check that out. We are going to get into this safe. We don't care about the demon. The demon gives us power. And it's reversed anyway, so program power decreased. That's very good to have. Now would be a very good time to be using the Oracle. But we have this available for 2 turns. I am going to use the Oracle twice, I think. Yeah, I think that's worth it. And that gives us extra action points from net downlink. We aren't certain that there's no patrol in this room. We weren't around long enough to hear whether there would be any footsteps or not, so we want to play it safe. Got a console down there. probably ends in cover. Oh, we can't quite end in cover getting that console. I think we just peek, go on melee if necessary. This is a demon database, I don't think we'll take that down. Maybe there's a demon in the Cyber Lab. That could be a reason to take this demon database down, but since it has a demon on it anyway, it's not obviously a beneficial proposition to hack that. So we've got the exits. We don't have vision on the power supply, so we do have to go around this way. We're going to hack this camera. Do it while it's cheap. We can afford to do this, so we should do it now. Okay. Because the tune disappears after one turn. So there's no reason to go through this door until we've got a pass card. And it will be possible to get through anyway, so we're just going this way. We know that there's no patrol, I think. We'll go on to melee on this spot just in case. We should be pretty safe in this corner. Because there's a console here, the guard can't come out of the door and then turn right immediately. Don't think there's anything else we want to be hacking immediately. We do know where two of the guards are from using the Oracle. We found two guards down here. We've got another door up there. This could be the nanofab. Oh, that's a safe. Okay. It does have a demon, but we're willing to take demons, especially when we're short on power. Mask is fine. There's some part of this room through here that we haven't managed to get vision on, but we'll be able to see it when we go down here. We know that there's some map this way, and there's even a door through here, so it goes even further this way. So it's more likely that this way is the dead end.
Did you see that?
So we've been noticed there. This gives us a chance to steal from this guard. This guy must have been stationary. What I'm going to do is actually get noticed deliberately, so he ends on this square, rather than coming through the door, because if he ends on this square...
What?
It will be safe. I can go on to melee, but we won't be zapping him. It will be safe to steal from him because he'll be facing in this direction, and then we never need to bother him again. Whereas if we get him out here, then there's no safe way to steal from him on the next turn. Yep.
Looking around. Nothing.
Yeah, so he's not facing out of the door. We're able to steal from him right now. We aren't closing the door because that will alert him. We get a med gel. That is useful. So there's quite a bit this way. I think the same logic applies. We want to explore this direction before we go this way. We've got a nanofab. We do want to look in there. We at least sell the med gel. We might find... we haven't found a worthwhile augment to buy. We do have a cloak. I think we're going to be looking for something better than chameleon movement. The cloak has such a long cooldown time that you don't get to use this very often. Something like predictive crawling would be much better. Yeah, we don't want any of this. We already have a Paralyzer 3. So there's a camera here and a console with 2 power. It's just not going to be worth hacking that camera. We know there's a camera there because of the vision. There won't be anything else under that spot. There won't be a door on the same square as a camera, so it's not necessary to explore any further in that direction. This guy will go back to his spots. So we know where the exit is. We've explored probably about 2/3 of the map. All that's left is... well, we need to know where the Cyber Lab is. It's probably through this door, actually. We've gotten into 2 safes. We've got vision on a 3rd safe. We will need to take this camera down. It costs us 6 to hack this camera with the Lockpick, but only 4 with the Oracle. Of course, we have a chance of hitting another camera, but we're likely to want to hack another camera anyway. We won't need to hack this one. We know that there's one here that we won't need to hack. So we have at least a 1 in 3 chance of hitting a useful camera. It'll be higher if there are other cameras we need to hack. It needs to be 2 in 3 for it to be worth doing it this way. I think we just take it down with a lockpick. So there's another safe. There's our power supply, which we don't need to hack. It doesn't help us get anywhere. It just takes this laser panel down. We don't need to go back that way at all. So we found 3 guards. We're going to want to find the Cyber Lab. It has to be through this door. There will be 1 extra room, which is 4 by 6 squares, I think. And then the Cyber Lab further in than that. That's a common layout for a map. We can get this safe on the way back when the buster chip's cooled down, I guess. It may be possible to get past here, but we might just be paralyzing this guard. Of course, that creates a problem if we're going to be out for 2 turns per augment slot we installed. Another reason to wait for these safes is the masked demon will go out next turn. Let's steal from this guard. He's got a med gel as well. The power. I forget exactly where this guy goes, but we might be able to knock him out next turn, or we might have to. It might not be an option. Let's end our turn peeking, because we have no reason not to do that. Okay, so we've got another guard through there. This guard ends on this spot. This guard's vision is probably not long enough, yeah. So he might notice the door, but he certainly won't see us, so it's safe for us to stand on this spot and open the door. This guard will notice it as well. We've got a pass card. I don't think we need the pass card. Yeah, well, it might help us a little bit. It helps us with a slightly faster route to the exits, but we become encumbered if we take it. So I think it's just better to leave it. Okay, and we're opening the door.
Did you see that?
We located the Cyber Lab.
2
Let's
guards.
do this mission with better agents
This
than we started
spot is watched but by this camera drone, so we need to hack the camera drone. We aren't going to have a safe place to leave this camera drone. I think we are going to have to... Oh, and the door is watched by this guard. That shouldn't be the case. Oh, it's watched by this guard. Okay, now I understand. Okay, so we're zapping this guard. We'll be behind this cover. We will be able to paralyze him. We do have the 2 augment crafters. Now is the time to hack those. We don't have the power to hack all of them, or to hack both of them. In fact, we don't have the power to hack either of them. Oh, I guess we can use the cloak to get past here. That might be worth it. We've got 1 turn left on the busted chip. We should be completely safe, depending on this guy's exact path, once we're actually into the room, so I think it's worth using the cloak here. That's better than knocking somebody out. See this guy's exact path. Yeah, so he's not going to see us here. He's also not going to see us behind this augment crafter, so we do have safe paths between the 2. We can't hack either of these yet. Unfortunately, the firewalls go up next turn. So, oh well. We will be able to steal from this guard.
Looking around.
I think.
Must be imagining things.
Alarm level 2. Protocols included. More ice to break.
That means we don't have to do anything funny around there. He's still got the pass card, which we don't need. So these 2 guards should just go back to where they were originally. We're gonna hack this device. This spot is safe. This spot won't be safe when the guard returns. I think we want to leave the drone when it reboots here, because there's a bug, the drone will actually be seen by one of the guards, even if it's in cover, but this way it's only going to be seen by one of them. Oh, it'll be seen by the other when he turns around. I guess there's no way to get around that. We don't have space for this. We are going to use the augment socket, so let's just take this now.
Mainframe devices.
Head office is catching on to us. Several devices have been remotely rebooted. I hope we don't run out of power.
So we are just going to have to wait around for that. Unfortunately, I think we can predict what's happening in the next 2 turns. We know where the patrols go, and we know what this drone is going to be doing. Oh, this guy has actually gone through the door. I think that's like... Oh. I think at least this guard shouldn't see the down drone. Because he's going to turn around this way, but the other guard will turn around. This guard's actually going to stand on the drone, so it will still be down. It won't wake up before this guy turns around, I think. Well, we can't actually do anything here. We don't want to hack.
Looking around. Guess it was nothing.
This might actually work slightly to our advantage if this guy sees the drone as well. Fortunately, that doesn't raise the alarm level when he does that. So Central wakes up. So we know that this guy's facing away. Is that the old stationary guard returns to his spot and then is facing in the wrong direction bug? Or has he just not quite got to where he wanted to be? Either way, this spot here by the Augment Crafter is safe. We have 3 turns left on the Buster Chip. We need to use Fusion. We're going to need to use the other 2 power to take down the firewalls here, but we don't need to do it until we're ready to actually take all of the firewalls. Of course, the Buster Chip will also be... We can just wait to use the Buster Chip on these and get out of this room a bit quicker. No reason not to go on melee, I think. I guess if we were being smart, we could have left the valuable tech by the exit when we walked past, and then had enough inventory space for that pass card. Yeah, so we can hack this now. Yeah, so this guard has reached his spot and is turned back around. That's fine because we can actually get past here. Except for this guard. So we'd need a way of killing this guard. Not killing him, but we'd need a way of getting past this guard. We won't be able to wait for the cloak, that will take too long. We could lightning him, but that will take a lot of power, which we need to hack this. Torque injectors would actually be really, really good. So the advantage of having 2 slots is, if we're going to a nanofab, then we can buy whatever augments we want, or whatever augments they have there. And then having 2 slots would be useful if we see something in there, but torque injectors is just so good. I think it's the 2nd best augment in the game after net downlink, and we already have net downlink. So actually I'm just going to take the torque injectors here.
Augment installed.
And if we really want to use this last augment slot, which we might well do, because we really need to max out our agents. Then we might just go to another cyber lab. We will have time to do a nanofab and a cyber lab after this. The problem now is how we get out of this spot, because we've got 2 stationary guards watching the door. Anytime we open the door, they're going to notice that, and I think the solution has to be that we let this drone open the door, or we hack the drone and use the drone to open the door. And we need some other way of getting this guard out of the way. And we don't have the power to use lightning. So I think what we need to do is distract this guard by opening the door. But in a way where this guard won't notice it. So what we can do is be deliberately noticed by this guard, so that he comes over to investigate this spot. And then hide here. Then next turn we'll be able to open this door safely without this guard seeing it. I think that's what we have to do. Yeah. Okay. Depending on what this drone does now, we could be... So it could end up coming through the door and scanning, which would be annoying.
I guess we just imagined it.
So by putting that guard over there, we're able to open the door and only be noticed by this one guard, who we need to get out of the way because this square is watched. We cannot go onto melee to zap him, because this guard will come through the door first, I think. I'm pretty sure this guy will come through the door first. In that case, we'd zap this guard, and then this guard would actually just see us. Another thing we could do is just lure him all the way in. By going onto this square and then returning. We get to spy on this drone as well. It's going to scan on this square, so it won't scan on this one, that's fine. So we do this. He's going to come all the way in. We can check that. We can't check that because the paths overlap. Either way, we need to get him as far into the room as we can. There's no reason not to go onto melee here, I think. We shouldn't be zapping anyone, but I mean, I don't think it's possible for us to zap anyone from this spot. Unless the drone does a scan somewhere where I'm not expecting it to.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrol.
So that's our additional guard patrol for alarm level 3. This square is only noticed, so we're perfectly safe to get out of this room this turn. We pop fusion. We're going to get to this spot. We're going to be noticed by this guard again, but that's fine. This guard is still going in further, so this square behind the safe is okay from this patrol and this guard. This drone we know is going to investigate that spot, so all of this is fine. I'm not going to close the door, there's no reason to. And the rest of this is just waiting around for buster chips and power to recharge, I think. I think we have a good reason to open this door. Because it might be that this guard here will not will notice this square, but would also notice the door opening, so that way we get to go through without go through next turn without getting him actually further into this room. We have a problem with this camera. We're not going to have enough power to take down both, so we don't want the armored guard to actually go further into this room next turn. So that patrol goes to his usual spot. This stationary guard will walk up to here. He hasn't reached that spot yet, so we are actually safe to get through the door and close it even next turn, so that actually didn't matter. We know that we have our level 3 security guard walking somewhere. The cameras were rebooted. We lost those when we accessed the Cyber Lab. We're going to wait for the safe as well. Okay, so we do get to see the guard on the one camera left. We've gotten into 1, 2, 3, 4 safes, and this is the 5th one. We need to use fusion next turn, so we can't afford to use lockpick now. I think we'll just be waiting for the buster chip. We'll need to use lockpick once as well. Let's see exactly where this guy's going. That is fine, he won't be able to get to us from there. Yep. So I think we've managed to do this without zapping any guards, which is, I think, quite impressive, considering the existence of these 2 stationary guards. We need to use fusion. We want to know where this drone is going. It's not going to scan us. We will be able to get past it next turn when we use the buster chip and hack this, so that's fine. It will be here facing this way. It won't see us. It won't scan because it won't scan until it gets to this corner. This guard has not reached his interest point yet, so we don't need to worry about that. I think after that he goes on a patrol. We can actually steal power from this drone, which we didn't do yet. Let's close that door. We do want to hack this camera, so it just gets us safer from this drone. We've got a camera there that we don't have enough power to hack yet, but we will be able to do that next turn. It might be worth... I think this spawned guard will be hanging around this area, maybe on a patrol route, maybe in and out of this room, like this, or maybe up and down here. It might be worth trying to steal from him. We'll see if he has anything. I think they're not supposed to, but sometimes they do. We also get another guard on the next turn, but they will be in their security elevator for the next turn. I think this is manageable, so we want to take down this camera. So this patrol isn't through this door, at least. It is safe for us here. This guard won't get through this door this turn. Let's hack this. Oh, we need to use fusion next turn to do that. So we're not in a hurry to get out here. I do want to see what that guard is doing. This guard won't have anything to steal. Okay, he goes down here. So we can actually hack this camera to get him, I think. We don't need to save power now, so we just hack this now. Oh, and we have the cloak ready, so that's completely fine. We can even just zap him now. He has nothing. Yeah, let's just zap him. And paralyze him. No reason not to do that, I think. Well, I guess we don't know where this guy's going. Maybe it would have been worth... No, we just use the cloak to get past him next turn, that's fine. Yep. Oh, and we don't even need the cloak to get past him, so we just go around like this. He has nothing to steal. And we get out. So that's a success. We got into all of the safes. We stole from all of the guards that we could. We didn't have to zap anyone. We decided to do this at the end anyway. We got the best augment that we could have hoped for. We didn't install 2 slots, but we did get a really good augment. Obviously the actual best augment in the game was net downlink. We already had that, so we can't install it again. So torque injectors, the second best augment in the game, is the best one that we could have gotten on this mission. Okay, let's end it there. I think we're going to a nanofab next, but we'll have a look.